Model blasted for Instagram post wearing burqa to, quote unquote, embrace diversity.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Oh no is right. British actress turned activist Lily Cole recently came under fire on Instagram. In a now deleted post, Cole shared pictures of herself wearing a blue burqa, followed by an image of herself with the burqa pulled up, revealing her face. Cole's Instagram post was extremely untimely, as it was posted during the tense and fragile days preceding Afghanistan's fall to the Taliban. Quote, "The Taliban forces women to wear a burqa," said one Instagram user who criticizes her. One of the founders of the Hijabi Half Hour podcast, Anjum Pribakos, calls the post disrespectful, adding that the burqa, quote, "is not a fashion accessory to be deployed as a publicity stunt." The actress immediately took down the Instagram post and issued a public apology, explaining that she was not aware of what was unfolding in Afghanistan at the time of the posting.
You know what? I'm actually not that outrageous. This was educational for her, and she learned something, and she took it down. I'm like, oops. I guess
it does get worse.
Okay, but so far she's acknowledging that this was a symbol of oppression. I'm like, okay, I guess if I like, yeah, go on.
She's not.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Because later she has an apology that you can still see in the story highlights of her Instagram. That she explained that she used an old photo wearing the burqa that was loaned to her by a friend, and she quote, "As she," meaning her friend who lent it to her, "pointed out, I was undermining its original purpose by wearing it with my face exposed," she said. She also claimed to have understood why the images she posted upset people, adding that she, quote, "sincerely apologized for any offense caused." So she did not apologize for using an unquestionable tool of misogyny to, I should read the caption that she posted it with, to promote her book. She was using this to promote a book that she wrote. She apologized because she was undermining the effectiveness of the hijab, not because it's
oh no,
an oppressive garment.
She went the other way around.
She went the other way. She went I'm sorry, like she went I don't understand this culture. Like I was using this wrong. Showing my face undermines its purpose. I'm like, its purpose is horrible. I don't know why you're using that as a defense, girl. Like,
Is it too much if I say that this is similar? It's probably too much. I'm probably going to offend a whole bunch of people about right now.
Oh, geez.
It's kind of like putting on chains to celebrate Black Diversity Month or something like that. That's what it sounds like to me. Like it's putting.
Honestly, I feel like that's like a pretty fair comparison to like put it into perspective.
Yes.
Like I think when you juxtapose it to that, it gives people the appropriate disgust reaction. You know what I mean? So like here's an example of one of the images from her post where she says swipe and then a couple emojis and then she so she has like an account for the book that she's promoting and she her book and saying, "It's out. Let's embrace diversity on every level. Biodiversity, cultural diversity, diversity of thinking, diversity of voices, diversity of ideas." And everyone's like, like this pissed off people from every direction. This pissed off people who were Islamic because they're like, you're undermining the hijab. Like 2, this pissed off people who are like woke cultural relativists who are like, this isn't even your culture. This is an appropriation. You don't know what you're doing. This is blah, blah, blah. And then this pisses off everyone who is following what's happening in Afghanistan. Like, what the girl, what are you doing? What do you mean you weren't aware of what's happening right now? And then 3, it pisses off people who like have a genuine understanding of human rights and legitimate feminism and, in my opinion, like real liberal values, who are like, this is a horrible garment that is a symbol and a tool of RAPE culture, because modesty culture is RAPE culture. And so she was getting hit from every direction.
Right. I wouldn't have the only thing that makes this wrong is the context of it, right? Like, I'm celebrating diversity or something like that, right? But
embracing
if this
diversity, I was like, no, thank you. I think this was to offend a lot of Afghans who are like, this actually isn't my culture.
Yeah, I mean, given that how prevalent this was in Afghanistan, you could celebrate diversity by taking it off, because that would be, in the context of Afghanistan, not having this on would be celebrating diversity. That would be defending, the minority people that would that deserve recognition. Yeah, like, it's kind of like saying, like, I'm going to celebrate diversity by putting on the KKK costume, because that's a better, like, I mean, that's that's like, that is diversity. Like, they are part of America, I guess. You want to celebrate diversity like that, or like something that is like, I don't know, it's kind of also like the straight pride parade. Like, oh, let's celebrate diversity. Like, you guys don't need celebration. You guys don't need any protection. Nobody like oppressing you or anything like that, right? Like, this is like, let's celebrate the oppressor, the people who are on the side of the oppressors. Like, not everything needs to be celebrated as diversity, especially
because it comes
if
from a group that's minority in your area. Like, that doesn't mean that that practice is actually good.
Yeah, and okay, so there's two types of celebrating diversity that is horrible. First, if you're celebrating the culture of the oppressors, right? Like, kind of like putting on a cake, celebrating KKK costumes, right? This is the culture of the culture that you're celebrating right now, is a culture enforced by the oppressors. Even if they are the minority, they still don't deserve any celebration, okay? Or if you are celebrating the majority, right? For example, like, they don't need any protection. They are the majority, they don't need celebration. Usually when you're celebrating diversity is because of a minority group or oppressed group that you're trying to highlight and make them feel more, normalize them, or make them feel more welcomed in the community. That's a form of celebrating diversity that could be helpful. So this goes against all of that. However, in some other contexts, this could have been completely fine, right? For example, if she came out and saying, I'm wearing this because it's my kink, I would be supporting her.
Oh my God.
I would be supporting her. Or like, look how the blue on this thing goes so well with the blue on my eyes. Like, if people were coming out butthurt, like, if they're saying, like, this is all culture, you can't appropriate it, or like, you don't get to do this, or like, I would be like, no, you go, girl, you do what you want, right? Like, in certain other contexts, I would be supporting it. They're like, I like to be like, I like to wear this, and I like my man to pretend like he's the Taliban. And
oh no!
Like,
stop! I'm gonna cut you off right there.
No, no. I mean, it's like, maybe, actually, I don't know. Maybe if that's your kink, celebrate it privately, because other people are suffering. Yeah, but I would be like, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Okay, I'm not here to judge. But like,
because it's my understanding. I could be completely wrong, but it's my understanding that the full burqa isn't, it's most often seen in Afghanistan nowadays. It's not actually necessarily like indigenous to Afghan culture. Like, there are a multitude of indigenous Afghan cultures because it's so ethnically diverse, and they all have an extremely, originally, very colorful dress and cultural expression that has been completely stifled by this religious extremism that we've seen for decades. Like, it's my understanding that the burqa in this form is a little bit of an import in a way, but I could be wrong.
No, yeah, but also if she just wore this and she's like, I just like how it looks. Okay, I'm not celebrating diversity. I think this is bad that it's forced on other people, right? I just like the way this looks. It just matches the color of my eyes, which it does. Look at that. All right, I like it. All right, I just like it. I like the way. I
still don't know how I would feel about that. I would think
I would be in favor of that.
I'd still be a bit uncomfy with that.
Well, for example, like let's say if somebody was wearing chains to celebrate Black History Month, I would be like, okay, in that context, that's horrible. What are you doing? But if somebody wears chains because just like I like the way it looks, then we're like, yeah, that's fine. So
there are people like that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would be like, no, that's fine. Like I'm not. This has nothing to do with I mean, it has something to do with slavery. Maybe it's my kink or something. But I'm not saying, I'm not celebrating diversity or anything. I just like the way this looks around my wrists or something. That's fine. Even if somebody wants to wear the hijab, for example, not because it's Islamic, I'm not even Muslim. I don't even believe in this. I just like the way it looks. I'm like, okay, I would be in complete support of that, because you're not celebrating what it stands for. You're not encouraging it as modesty culture. You're not reflecting the ideas that the values and the ideas that the hijab celebrates. You're just like, I just like the way I look when I put this on. In fact, I would support that, because it would take the religious significance and the symbolism of hijab away from it. It would be secularizing hijab into a fashion statement rather than a religious symbol. It will actually fight the hijab. It will make it something that is not actually hijab. So I would actually support that. If
you changed my mind.
Oh, wow.
Have I ever told you about how when I was in college, I got accused of cultural appropriation because I wrapped a scarf around my head when it was cold and raining outside?
No way. Really?
And I'm like, I grew up in a place where it's cold. Wrapping a scarf around your head when it's literally drizzling and freaking cold is normal where I come from. I'm sorry you were raised exclusively in SoCal and you have no context for someone putting something on their freaking head outside of it. Was like one of those moments where it's like your mind exploded from how stupid it is. Like,
was that the last straw for you when you left? You're like, you know what, I'm quitting. Was that because
no,
for a lot of people
I
don't know?
Continued to be around these
you continued
for some time.
Okay.
But that was a moment where I was like, have you lost your mind? Go out in the world a little bit. Like,
right.
Expose yourself to some, maybe not even other cultures, just other weather patterns.
Right. Okay. You should tell them that to stop speaking in English, which is the imperialist language or whatever.
That wouldn't work on them, because they would want to learn their pre-colonial language. They'd be like, yeah, you're right.
Oh, damn. Anyways, okay. Okay.
Facts.
Can we their languages. Oh wait. Anything you need to highlight from the live chat before we go to the next thing?
No.
Okay. Oh, wait. Let me actually show you something when I was talking about hijab, just really quickly. And
oh my gosh.
Oh wait.
I can see what you're bringing up.
I know. Like this.
Why are you like this?
I don't know. I mean, this looks kind of appealing. Anybody who disagrees, let me know so I could ban you.
Okay. The only thing that we do not tolerate in this house is criticism of Sonicon, okay?
No, but yeah, Seneca makes. Actually, to be fair, that can't be an endorsement of hijab looking good, because Seneca makes everything look good. So that's
literally what your endorsement is. You just were looking for an opportunity to look at something.
I was just looking for an excuse to look at something. Yeah, right. You're right. You know me too well. Okay, can we clap for the next?
Music guy's like, I knew it. Typical. Retarded. It's like, for research purposes. Hey guys, if you're a fan of Blasphemy and Sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.